Hello again, and we have reached the last step of our entire writing process. After planning the ideas and expressions, writing the introductions, writing the body paragraphs, and finally writing the conclusion as well. Now is the time to revise your written essay. Be careful about the word counts, and you have to keep track of the time. Although I have already discussed it, I would like to repeat it because most of the candidates skip this and take it for granted. So let's start. What is important when you revise? Number one, you should save about 5 minutes time for it. At least three to 5 minutes, I'll say the time you need to save for this particular part. And your first priority is to rectify your grammatical while reading, and never take it like you're reading it just for skimming it. No, you're not skimming it, you're scanning it. So your first priority is to rectify your grammatical and vocabulary related inaccuracy. So first step is to remove your inaccuracy if you can. So scan it, right? Secondly, try to substitute the repeated words. Now it all depends that how much time you have saved for it. So if you have 5 minutes time, that is adequate. So substitute if you find that one word is repeated in the same paragraph, you should try to substitute it. Then you know the rules, synonyms, referencing pronouns like this, it, they, paraphrasing, or whatever comes to your mind at the time of that. But be careful not substitute it with a word which might reflect a different meaning, right? So be careful. You should check if you can replace two common words. There was the repeated word and two common words like thing, good, bad. If you can really replace them with the appropriate combination of word. For example, if saying the weather is good, instead of that, if you can write pleasant weather, or if the weather is bad, instead of that, you can write down unpleasant weather, right? So that kind of things that will be important. Next, check if your sequence of writing has a logical flow as guided in the previous video or not. Logical flow means in the body paragraph, from the introduction itself, I have given you a very solid formula of follow the logic, starting with the facts or the question, then giving the outline, even if it is if you stand or not, body paragraph, talk about the topic sentence. Secondly, give your idea, then give evidence to support your idea further, right? So that should be the logic part. And wherever required, you're using cohesive devices or written discourse so that the logical flow can be a bit smooth, right? So that is important. Of course, you should be careful about the punctuation mark, right? Finally, see if your viewpoint has progressed the same thing or you have changed it. Progression, that's very important part. It has been written in task response, it has been written in CC part as well. Support it accordingly throughout your writing or not. So whatever stand you have taken in the beginning, you stick to it throughout your writing. So that's one thing. So you have to be careful while revising. These all are the points. Now let me show you brief and very short outline of what we have done so far for the structure part. If it is an opinion essay, introduction, rephrase the question, tell the reader your opinion and plan, right? Body para, support your opinion with argument and example, support your opinion further with another argument and example. Sometimes if you can have three ideas, for example, you completely agree, you strongly agree, then the third paragraph, and again the same thing, your opinion, and support it through argument and example. Summarize key points and restate your opinion. But be careful, it doesn't look like your introduction, or you're not taking the point exactly the same as written in the body paragraph, right? Then for discussion part, again the same thing, nothing changes in the introduction. Rephrase the question, tell the reader your plan or outline. Discuss advantage or one side of the argument. Advantage is just an example. Discuss disadvantage or the other side of the argument, and there is no question of more than two body paragraph in this. Summarize key points. You don't, so there is no opinion here, so you can see you don't need to give the reader your opinion, and here you have to restate your opinion. Opinion discussion. Introduction is again the same thing. Body paragraph, discuss. So whatever is the discussion part that you have to discuss in body paragraph 2, discuss the side you agree with or disagree with, whatever, making it clear that you agree or disagree. Conclusion, summarize key points and restate your opinion, because again let me tell you that it can be a bit different when it is discuss both the views and give your opinion, because in that case your para 1 and para 2 will be just discussion. So discussing view 1, discussing view 2, and your personal opinion will come in the conclusion part. So always be careful about that particular part, right? Now let's have a look at the time management and how to keep track of word count. First, time constraints, right? So 40 minutes, it is recommended. Let me repeat, it's not a rule, but it's mostly recommended and everyone agrees to this. So 40 minutes time on this task. For me, I would love to write it second after writing task 1, so that I can finish it in just 15 to 16 minutes, and I can have more time to take more benefits of the higher weightage of band skill on writing task 2. Planning should take 5 minutes. We have already discussed that. It can take, but introduction 5 minutes, body paragraph 1 10 minutes, 2 10 minutes, and conclusion 5 minutes. But if you're writing 3 body paragraph, in that case 7 minutes, 7 minutes, 7 minutes. That's just the time. The remaining time, I'll say that you have, what remaining time you have is to use for checking. That's 5 minutes. So you can say 5, 5, 10, 10, 20, 10, 30, 35, 40. Now, I would like to spend more time on the planning part. So you can cut your time, perhaps from conclusion and checking, at least 2-3 minutes can be cut out. And even from introduction, and you can use it up to 8. And if you're not able to understand the question, despite reading it once, twice, I'd strongly recommend to spend even 10 minutes time in the planning, because general analysis can show that if you have to write down 250 words and you know exactly what you have to write, it cannot at all take more than 15 minutes in any case. What we do, we don't plan the ideas, we keep writing, erasing, inserting, again erasing. So that will take a lot of time without you can notice it, right? So try to follow it as much as possible. Now let's see that how to keep track of the word counts. You know that you have to write 250 words. I'll recommend you to write about 270 words. The reason, many times if your ideas are repeated, perhaps they're not counted. So be careful that introduction should be about 30 to 50 words. I have already discussed that. Body paragraph about 90 to 100 words. 290 to 100 words. If you are writing 3 body paragraph, it should be about I'll say 70, 65, about 65 words, or 65 to 70 words. Conclusion, again same. Why I wrote 50 here? Because discuss both the views and give your opinion can take more time from you, right? You can score band 9, and you must know it, with just 250 words. So writing more perhaps is not at all helpful. In fact, they can dent on your scoring. if you have got any grammatical scores. So no way I'll recommend you to write more than 275 words. It's absolutely wastage of time. Better focus on revising and improving the content part, because leave yourself time at the end for the checking your work. Okay, so that's all about this video. I hope these all points you'll keep in your mind. See you very soon in the next video. Bye until then.